welcome to the Teaching Corner. Today I wanted to talk to you about yoga. I've done a couple videos on anxiety and ways to alleviate anxiety, but let's face it, right now the world has been a little stressful. And so one of the things that is really helpful for our students that struggle with anxiety is yoga. And one of the great things for younger kids, there's a program on YouTube called Cosmic Kids, and they do stories with yoga because a lot of our younger friends are not going to sit in a class and be super mindful. So this teacher has taken these stories and she has everything from Trolls to Frozen to Star Wars to Under the Sea to just all different kinds of videos, and then some just about, you know, getting kids to be active or to calm down or different things like that. But it's called Cosmic Kids Yoga. And for younger kids, it's really great because they listen to the story and then they'll copy what she's doing. And so in some ways, they don't even recognize that they're doing yoga. For older kids, however, this isn't necessarily the best approach. Middle school kids might find it to be too babyish or something like that. So I'll put a link to someone that I've recently found down below. I believe she's actually a classroom instructor because on some of her videos it will have like the Common Core curriculum that the particular things that they're focusing on that day cover. But in some of the videos, she actually has teenagers that are working out with her. There's one video that we like to do because it's only 15 minutes, but that is just her giving the instruction, but it's something that older kids would be interested in doing. But the reason yoga is so great for anxiety is one of the things that we know about the brain is when the brain gets stressed and it goes into fight or flight, we tend to breathe really shallow. And we know that the brain learns better in an oxygen-rich environment. So one of the things that yoga really focuses on is deep breathing. Breathing in, breathing out, having the same length of breath as you breathe in and breathe out. This helps to cause a really oxygen-rich environment. Another thing that's great about it is a lot of the poses will get our kids to cross midline. And I can put down in the description down below a video I did about exercises that help cross midline. But we know that when both sides of the brain are talking to one another, then our brains actually perform better. We remember things better. We do better on tests and things like that. And so not only do some of the poses like the twisting pretzel cross midline, but also some of them cause us to be inverted, like the pose called downward dog. So our head is actually below our heart, which causes all of this wonderful blood to run to the brain, which really helps again cause that oxygen-rich and blood-rich environment, which helps our students learn. And it's also a really calming environment. At the end of most of these videos, it'll have just a second where the kids might be lying on their backs and breathing for a minute or two, and it helps to calm them down. So all of those things are really positive for kids that have anxiety. And it's also good just for kids who might not be getting enough exercise. If during all of this you're in a place where maybe you can't go outside or you live in a smaller apartment, and it just helps them get out some of that high energy so that they can be a little calmer and do the work that they need to do. So I hope that was helpful. If it was, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye!